Good evening, everyone. Welcome to CB8 Roosevelt Island Committee meeting. My name is Paul Crickler. I'm the chair of this committee. I have a couple of things I just want to mention first about transit on the island. First of all, just for those who don't know, or a reminder for those who do know, that next week's going to be another week of hell transit-wise. So we're losing one of the trams from February 10th to the 14th. And also, I believe that that next weekend, the long weekend, President's Day weekend, that weekend we lose the F train going to Manhattan. So no nice news there, but just be aware that well, we do what we can do. I'd also like to point out that we have, for those who don't know, on this Zoom tonight, we have a WhatsApp group called Roosevelt Island Transit, which actually is the absolute best way to be updated sort of minute by minute what's going on with the tram, the F train. So for those who would like to join that, um, Kevin just put in the chat the little link so you can get onto that WhatsApp group. Be warned, it has a lot of traffic, so you turn off your notifications or else your phone will explode. But for those who want some really good live updates on what's going on, it's a great place to go. I'll also mention that next week is going to be very tough for us all. We're going to take, we'll say take advantage. So we are going to use that week to make our opinions known about what's going on and our desire to have priority boarding of the tram to various people who we hope can help us. So we're going to put details about all that in that WhatsApp chat next week on the weekend. So please sign up for that. Going on to our agenda for this evening, unfortunately, we will not be joined by our Assembly member, Rebecca Seawright. In her place, we have representing the district office, the community liaison, Harlan Neiditz. I hope I said your name correctly, Harlan. Please unmute Harley.
Yes, no, you did it perfectly, Mr. Crickler. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. It's over to you.
My pleasure. So good evening. As Paul said, I'm Harley Neiditz. I'm here on behalf of Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright. The Assembly member is currently busy in Albany with session and preparing for budget hearings as a member of the Ways and Means Committee. Our office is currently in communication with the governor's office. We were informed of a couple of promising updates, but we continue to press for clarity surrounding the request for priority boarding and a waiver. So first, additional swing dampeners will be installed to enable the tram to increase its speed, resulting in more trips per hour. Second, POMA, which is the tram contractor, has agreed to install the radio frequency system by Q3, which is the summer, as opposed to Q4, which would have been December 2025. And so we're pushing for it to be moved up even further now as well. We remain supportive of the priority boarding resolution as proposed by CB8 to include priority for New Yorkers. So we certainly are supportive of that. Thank you. And if you do have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact our office, visit us, call us, send us an email. We'll be happy to answer any further questions you may have.
Thank you. Did you want to take any questions now, or should we just say thank you very much and let you get on with your evening? Oh, I think we've muted Harley. You can just thumbs up or thumbs down, Harley, if you want to.
I think best if we answer questions at the office. We'll be happy to do it there.
Totally understand that. Thank you very much for coming.
Is there a link we can drop in the chat for people who are on this call? Like an email or...
Can you unmute, Harley?
Unmuted. Okay.
Yes, I'll be happy to drop my email in the chat as well as our office number if you'd like to follow up with us over the next few days.
Thank you very much, Harley. Thanks, Kevin, for that. So we actually have one new addition to the agenda. It's about 3K on the island, of which I know nothing, but I hope there are two people here who wanted to use some time. I don't know if they are, Steve or Sarah. If you could raise your digital hand, and then Kevin can unmute you. Steve and Sarah. Oh, they are. Stephen, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thank you very much, Paul. Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you for giving me some time. Sorry, I'll lower my hand again. My name's Stephen. I'm a Roosevelt Island resident and father of a 3-year-old daughter. And I'm here to just politely request your support, really, in seeking to expand the 3K provision on the island. We currently have 15 3K seats at the Roosevelt Island Day Nursery, which is where my daughter attends currently. So I can vouch firsthand for the wonderful tuition, teaching, learning environment at RIDN. Wonderful teachers. They really foster independence. It's been incredible to see how my daughter has developed even in the few months that she's been attending RIDN. But there are just very few places available. Like I said, there are 15 at RIDN. And it just adds to the stress really of 3K and trying to find somewhere for your child, knowing that there are so few spots on the island. So I'm just here really to say that I think the island is a wonderful place for families, and I think it attracts families because it has so many things to offer for young families. But so I'm just here to sort of say it would be great if we could support this proposal to add another 3K class to RIDN. And I think it would contribute to the welcoming environment that you have on Roosevelt Island, the family-friendly environment. I think it would keep parents here rather than forcing them to consider other options elsewhere in the city. So really that's it. I mean, I'm not very informed on the sort of specifics of the request. I'm just here really to speak as an interested party, as a parent, and just to hopefully flag the issue up to everyone here, or at least reinforce it if it's already been flagged up, and just to seek your support and consideration in this proposal of expanding the 3K provision. So that's everything from me, I think. But thank you very much for your time and for listening to me.
Thank you, Steve. Look, I've got a couple of comments for you. And please stay unmuted as well. I'd like to make this conversation. So first thing I can suggest is that I know nothing about how to get this done, but I'm not sure how much you know about CB8, but this community board has a bunch of committees: transportation, sanitation, Roosevelt Island, and one on education. And it occurs to me that I should put you in touch with somebody there to see if they can give you some ideas, insight. The second thing I would happily suggest is I know that next month for our March meeting, we actually have an agenda item about this because Tibor, who could not be here, hi Sarah, could I think you guys, well, I'm happy to lend this forum here. If you want to come here and ask people to support and do stuff, or use it as a place to meet people and work out if people have skills who can help you with this campaign. But it's basically, if you guys want to run a campaign to get this done from the island, you can use this forum as much as you want to. And also, I encourage you to use the Roosevelt Island Community WhatsApp group, which I'll also I'll give to Kevin in a moment to put in the chat. So, Sarah, please let me turn that over to you.
Thank you.
In fact, sorry, before you go, would you mind emailing me, both of you, or one of you, with your email details? I'm at paul@crickler.com, KRIKLER.com, and that way I can introduce you to people as needed.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sarah. Is it Sarah?
I don't know if you're calling on me, but I'm not Sarah, but
I'm
my
sorry.
name is Emanuela,
No,
but I
no,
know
no.
Sarah. Yeah, okay, that's really helpful. I think we joined this. I'm also a parent at RIDN, and I'll just let you know that to add to what Stephen said is all of which I co-sign, and we all co-sign. We love RIDN. But there's just like, as we understand it, RIDN has routinely or continues to like monthly write to whichever planning committee is responsible for allocating funds for 3K. They have offered I guess they feel, RIDN feels they have the capacity to offer more spots. And they have made that known to the Department of Ed, but they have not, I guess, received approval, to formally expand. So already we've kind of, some of the parents have gotten together, and we've got like a bit of a petition campaign, letter writing campaign thing. We've drafted like a, template letter that we've spread around through like the parents groups. With some language, we have the contacts, Seabright as well, which I think is partly why we are here tonight, because we thought she might be here, and wanted to see what else we can do beyond send letters and send letters, so or emails, so that's where we are. So I appreciate already, Paul, your feedback on how we could amplify our message, in our campaign/petition. But obviously, for all the reasons stated, I don't think I need to, rehash it too much. Obviously, we need more spots, not just for RIDN parents, but for Roosevelt Island parents, for New York City parents. So it's just about having the demand, the supply meet the demand a bit more. So any tips on how we can, amplify our campaign, we would welcome them. And looking forward to next month.
Thank you. Let me ask Kevin. Kevin, if you wouldn't mind me asking you, what I thought of so far is I could try and put these folks, I will put these folks in touch with the education committee. Is there anything else you could think of, Kevin, that they should be doing now? You know more about the city probably than I do, how it runs.
No, the Youth Education and Libraries Committee is a good start. Can't really think of anything else. We have a Women and Families Committee as well. That's another option.
I will stay with the youth and education one. Thank you, Kevin. Steve, let me change the request of you, Steve, just one tiny bit. If you could write an email to me describing this as succinctly as you can with enough information so that I could just use that to forward to these people, that'll get you there much quicker than me just trying to explain it myself and not doing a very good job of it. I see you nodding around, so yes, thank you. Anybody else want to talk about 3K? Anybody else have anything else they want to do? We have no library update today, no REOC update. Bryant is off sick and Brandon's not here with us. Any community updates? Anybody else want to publicize or mention anything else going on in the island? I think we may, Kevin, be about to set a record time for the shortest community board committee meeting at...
Well, I didn't say this up top, but if anyone wants to comment, feel free to raise your virtual hand using the React icon on the bottom left.
Yeah, that would have been fair to ask.
I'll note that I just put the letter that we, our petition and there's our.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Joyce, please, and then Judy.
Hey, just curiosity, how many seats are you looking for the 3K kids? And have you analyzed how many 3K kids there are in the community?
We unmute the last two speakers, please, Kevin.
Well, at RIDN at the moment, there are 15 seats. At the moment, we're simply asking for, well, RIDN has been asking to double that, I believe. But we'd be asking for as many seats are feasibly possible, really. But no, I have no idea of the number of seats in total on the island at the moment. I just know from last year, from seeing everyone go through the process, friends of ours going through the process of applying for 3K, there was much more demand than there was supply. I mean, that's just anecdotally on playgrounds, talking to people and friends, but there would be a need for it if these places were to become available. But no, I mean, I personally haven't done any of the research or anything like that. I'm just coming to speak to you as a parent, really. I don't have any of the data to support the sort of inquiry at this point.
Thank you, Steve.
Data.
It's a fair point. Yes, if you can get it.
Yeah, we do. I'm struggling to find them right now, but we have like preliminary numbers about the number of spots because there's one class at RIDN and two classes at 217. But I mean, we're talking like, double digits, and we tried, and actually that was kind of a question, if anyone has any idea, like who would be the holder of data around number of applicants versus, I forget the term they use, like select winners, I don't know. So if anyone has idea about where to search for that data, I guess it's DOE somewhere, but.
No, it's Julie Menon. It would be in the, what's it called when you count the number of people on Roosevelt Island?
Census.
Census, yeah. You should look at the census information. And Julie Menon, who is our city council person, was actually the commissioner of the census the last time it was run. So my recommendation is that you make sure that you contact Julie Menon's office and get as much information as you can. The other question that I have actually is, there are only 600 seats in the school. We have thousands of children who live on Roosevelt Island. the ratio of how many children actually get to go to school on Roosevelt Island that are Roosevelt Islanders is very small. So my question is, how are you going to accommodate more kids or the 3K kids when we have really only a limited amount of seats to begin with? I don't want you to think that I'm against 3K. I'm very much in favor of it. But I think you're going to need to really have answers to these questions before you can approach the legislators. You need to have the answers.
If I can add to what Joyce is saying, like the comment about the email Steve was asking for, my suggestion to you is to get together and write a one-pager with all the key data, maybe just some bullet points, but something which anyone could look at and get a quick understanding of what's going on here, whether they're a legislator, whether there's somebody who works at the DOE, whether anybody else you want to communicate with. So that'll also help, it'll force you all to get your thoughts straight as well. I see some nodding. Good. Can we go to Judy, please?
Hi. It's been a long time since I was in pre-K, which didn't exist. But the thing is that some parents go to pre-K with their children in other neighborhoods. There are sometimes they're pre-K, not on Roosevelt Island, but there's still pre-K and 3K in those neighborhoods. So you may have to look a little beyond our borders. The city keeps trying to cut back 3K. And so you can really go into the news circuit, go into the Times, go into any of our local newspapers within the last 6 months and Google what's happening with 3K and how the city is handling it and how many seats they're putting in and how many they're not putting in. There's also, we have this giant population swing where one year we'll need 50 pre-K, 3K seats and the next year we'll need 10. So it's very hard to manage it because ebb and flow of students. So I suggest that you check out the press the last few months and see what's been written about. And then you can be well informed to go to Julie Menon, our city council person, or Mark Levine, our borough president. Or if you're challenged, you can go to the Department of Education. And usually the parents advocacy groups you should also get in touch with. And they can also give you more information about 3K. The only other thing I have is I have some good news. The Historical Society is doing our final 2024-2025 program at the public library. We've done these every month for the last 15 years. And the last session for this term is going to be on Tuesday, the 19th. And it's going to be Joyce Gold, who is Tuesday, the 21st. Wait a minute, wrong calendar. Tuesday, the 18th. I'll get it right. Tuesday, the 18th. And it's going to be Joyce Gold, who's a very well-known historian and New York guide. And coming to the public library programs is a great way to meet your neighbors, to find out stuff about the island, to find out stuff about history. And we're always glad to answer some of those innumerable questions that newcomers have to the island. So remember, it'll be at the public library, and it will be at 6:30 p.m. And as I repeated, it is on Tuesday, February 18th. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Hey, Judy, what's the subject of the
It's
evening?
Joyce Gold. It's, oh God, my brain just went dead. I will put it in the chat.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Judy. Can we go to Sharon, please?
Hi, I was actually going to move to adjourn, but I do see that there's another hand up, so I can wait to hold off.
Thank you. Let's leave Sharon unmuted. But yes, I've forgotten your name. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't write it out. Sorry about that. I just wanted to, what was the name of the person? I can't remember, but there was a name that you dropped earlier. I think it might have been
Julie Menon.
Yeah, okay. And I think I just, at the risk of belaboring the point, I think we're all the parents who are in this process. We are like harbor no illusions that any spots will not automatically go to us. Like we know how this works. Like it's a lottery, and that's it. At the end of the day, like no spots that are no more spots that are created are guaranteed or prioritized like for us. I think the only priorities you get are if you have like returning students, siblings who are also at the school, or if you're like a returning student. But it's really just the idea that it would benefit everyone in the city, I guess, just by having more spots. So we're not like, we're not, it would be nice if they could go to us, on the island, but, I guess just like trying to get priority boarding on the tram or something, it's kind of the idea that the city needs more spots. And for 3K, this program, that they say exists, but like you said, they're also cutting funding for. So, as long as it's around, I think the parents want to just do whatever we can to, agitate for more spots. So I'll leave it there. Thank you.
We have we have a slot for you next month, March the 3rd. So by all means, take full advantage of that. If you want to come with an agenda of things you want to talk about, all yours.
No, the one sheet is a good thing, is a good recommendation. So thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go back to Sharon.
Um,
Oh, sorry, one quick thing, Jeff.
yes, I see Jeff. Yeah.
Thank you. And then Joyce.
Just wanted to share, I sent a link over to the chat. It is the info hub from New York City Public Schools, which has admissions and offers data for 3K, including the day nursery and PSIS 217, if anyone wanted that.
That's really helpful, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Joyce, please.
I have to find my unmute button there. Okay, a couple of things. Just wanted to let you know also while we're on the subject of 3K, that the last time around that we expanded to 2K, it was our then council member, Ben Kalos, who really ran the gauntlet to get that done. So it would seem logical that Julie Menon would be able to, would be the most likely person to get that done for you. Okay, there were a couple of other things. I don't know, Sharon, if you wanted to adjourn without any other further discussions about issues.
No, go ahead, Joyce. I have no problem waiting. It's
Okay, a couple of things. First off, I think Harlan is here somewhere.
Harlan?
Yeah, Harlan is with the Assembly Member Seawright's office. Harlan, are you here?
You left.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so I wanted to let you know that I actually reached out to Assembly Member Seawright to ask if it's possible to get a resolution introduced on the prioritizing Roosevelt Islanders on the tram. And she said that she would look into that for us.
Resolution in the State Assembly.
Correct.
Thank you, Joyce. Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is this week, fortunately, for the third time, and hopefully the third time is the charm, I think many of you are aware that I am an advocate for defining consent in our laws. It affects everybody, including people on Roosevelt Island, because sexual assault can happen to anyone. Assembly Member Seawright this week actually introduced the bill to define consent in the penal laws of New York State. Probably in April, we're going to be moving toward a press conference in Albany. So if any of you are interested in supporting the effort to define consent in our laws, which is an absolutely critical addition that will help to defeat rape culture, then please get in touch with me. Paul has my email address, and I can put it in the chat.
Yes, if you do that, then Kevin can put it broadly. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joyce, for sharing. Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Let's give a moment so we can get that email address out to everybody before we adjourn. And then we'll go to have, I think we'll still be one of the shortest meetings ever. Less than half an hour, Sharon. What do you think?
I'm trying. Move to adjourn, Paul.
Let's adjourn. But those who want to see what's in that chat with Josh's email, please stay here. Otherwise, have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Joyce, for doing that. Good night, everyone. Kevin, do you have Joyce's email?
Joyce, I don't see anything from you yet.
Okay, I don't see how to do that.
Hang on a
It's not
second, I'll do
coming
it.
up.
I'll do
I
it.
was looking at the chat.
That's okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, so can you put that in
Yeah,
there?
I'm going to find your, hang on a second.
It's JM_short
Go on.
at ymail.com.
I'm going to copy it into the chat, Kevin.
Thanks. I don't know why, but it didn't give me a space to write in the chat.
Understood. Doesn't like you.
I guess not. What can I say?
So now that's with Kevin, for those who will get it in a second.
Yeah.
Frank, you just joined. We finished the meeting. A quickie today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It was the
We
assembly
finished.
member was on?
She didn't, no, she didn't make it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all
Well,
right.
I wish you best of luck. I did pass on your email as you requested. Happy to do whatever you need.
Thank you very much.
Okay, talk soon. Bye.
Bye.